it goes 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double kick, step, right and right. Left and left. Right and right. Left and left. Kick and kick, boom. 1, 2, 3, boom, boom. That's it. That's all. 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Rock, step, kick, and kick, step. Double kick, double kick, double kick, double kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's what it is with 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, still coming around. The key on here is on count 5. My hand is going to come down and flip her hand up behind her back. All right, in order to get people to do this without hurting the ladies.
Yes.
Gentlemen, we do not take the hand and shove it behind her back like this.
No.
We take the hand, we push it down, and then we flip it up.
We just pop it up a little bit.
All right, I always like to use the lady's forearm. I have my hand here. I usually, by the time I'm going to flip it down, I go to her wrist, push the hand down. Then I move my hand kind of to her forearm as I'm pushing it down, so I can just use her forearm to kind of push it up behind her back.
She only puts it as far as she is comfortable putting it. The whole problem with this move is that it can be done improperly.
There are guys who take and shove the hand back here, take this hand, grab her wrist, and then pull the arm.
Yeah, which is just the worst.
Which, if you've ever been arrested and they do that to you,
not that
it's
you've ever
very
been arrested.
comfortable. I don't think so.
Smoked marijuana, you haven't been arrested. Yeah.
Yes, that's one of the reasons the police put your arm like this. It's because it's not comfortable and it will help you to stop fighting. So the ladies wouldn't like that.
I guess
They would get behind her back, put the right hand on her hip. The right hand on her hip at this point, my hand can also attach to her hand. I can reach her hand with my fingers. And then I pull on her hip and she will spin around and I can keep this hand in my hand.
So the whole move is really initiated by the man's hand on the woman's right hip.
It's kind of like I went like this.
So guys, do that.
She
Stand.
has momentum when she does the whip. Bum, bum, bum. Boop. As I take my next step, open my hand up, she starts rolling away from me. I do not even really have to crank her because the momentum takes her. Alright, so really that is all it is. So that's all I want to do right now, gentlemen. We're going to go like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. On 4, let go of your left hand here.
Now she's going through you like she was before.
On 5, quarter turn. On 6, open your hand out.
With your manly right hand, just flip her a little bit.
And 7 and 8, she will turn around. Just like that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. On count 5, hand comes down.
Down, not back, down.
And flips up. Boom. On 6, boom, 7, and 8. I roll her out. Alright, so I am flipping her hand down as I'm getting to count 5. So on 6, as she rolls out, her hand will be back there. And
It's just like, if you think about it, if you go like this, it's really hard on the girl. If you go like this,
down and up.
it's easier on the shoulder.
Gentlemen, if the ladies resist, don't force it. Or a lot of times,
just like on a date.
a lot of times the hand will go all the way down here, but when you go to flip it up, it might only go like that far. Don't try to force it any further.
Because you don't know. She may have, you know.
I mean, I go down here and I just flip the hand up, and if there's any resistance, I stop. And my hand would be here to open up, and the arm again would come around to my hand anyway, so I wouldn't
Ladies, if
worry.
anybody in here has a problem with their shoulder, just don't do that part. You know, guys can still, you know, just say, my shoulder hurts, and just do this.
Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum.
Yeah, just go
So
like
again,
that.
this arm is going to come around to you because it's
It's going around anyway, yeah, so.
3 and 4. I'm changing this hand, sort of adjusting it already, getting ready to stick it behind her back. So I changed my hand from this hand hold. I went like this and brought it up here so that I can bring it down and flip it up on the next part. So I'm going to do my 5, 6, 7, and 8. Switching it behind her back. What I did here, gentlemen, is I connected to her hand and I stayed connected and didn't rotate my hand on hers or anything. I just kept them connected palm to palm and didn't let them change, and I stayed with it. But if I go like this and just let my hand on her, my fingertips on the palm of her hand as she turns around, I just let her hand rotate around my fingertips. In other words, I just put my fingertips in her hand. My fingertips in her hand, as she rotates around, whoop, her hand will just rotate around my fingers. Either one of these, though, gentlemen, do not try to keep the hand up. As she turns, her arm naturally wants to drop down and come up. All right? So I do let her arm drop down and come up. That way it lets it come down and up. It doesn't hurt her shoulder. Yes?
Shoulders good.
Shoulders are good. You want to keep them good.
I do.
All right, one more time. All right, I'm going to get in a position like this. Out of that Texas Tommy. I want to get to here. What's going to happen? As we do our Texas Tommy, as she starts rotating, I am going to start kind of following her around and backing in. Alright, so basically I'm coming from my handshake hold and backing in like this.
You're turning left.
I am turning left. Gentlemen, let's take the right to right. We are going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, I'm going to back into her. Yes, really. Whoa. Thank you, Ernie Jr. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
So
All right.
you have to back up to get to her, because she's going to be farther behind you.
Yep. I set up for it actually on count 6.
Oh, do you?
Yes. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
5. Here it
5,
comes.
6. I actually step to the side a little bit. Instead of facing her still, I'm actually turned this way so that as she turns 7 and 8, I can follow her arm.
So we're going to end up facing with our back to the audience.
Right now we actually end up facing 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We end up facing sideways to the audience. Yes. We want it, for the purpose of the routine, we want to face side to the audience, gentlemen. We are going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Backing in this way so our right shoulder is out. Right rock. Rock, step, kick, step. Then we're going to go kick and kick, step. Get her here, into this position. And to get on the same foot as her. So this little transition is going to go rock, step, kick, step, kick, step, kick, step.
What are you doing?
I am kick stepping. Yes, gentlemen, you are going to go rock, step, kick, step, kick, step, kick, step.
Okay.
Wait until my left foot. Rock, step, kick, step, kick, step, kick, step. That's what I'm doing, gentlemen. Let's do that. Now on our next double kick step, we're not going to move very far because I'm going to take my left hand, release my right hand, bring the left hand around her body and up and over her shoulder. All right? Gentlemen, get into this position. Step. On the next 2 kick steps, she's going to be spinning around. So I'm going to go kick, step, and then kick, step. My first kick step, I'm not really going to travel because she has to spin. And if I try traveling while she's spinning, it makes it difficult for her. Rock, step, kick, step, kick, step, kick, step. But that last step, I want to bring her forward onto her left foot. So I don't travel much on my second kick. The first one, we're together, we can travel. Rock, step, kick, step, kick, step, kick, step. I don't travel a lot on the second one, but the last kick, step, and bring her forward.
That really helps her to have the arm across her back and bring her forward, because at this point she's going woo. Because she's got a little training to do with her little kick steps.
Gentlemen, yes, do not hesitate to let your arm connect to her shoulders and rest across her shoulders. Some guys will be like this, and if you bring your arm off her shoulder, it kind of pulls her backwards and brings her weight back. You want her weight forward with your weight. All right, so one more time, we're just going to go rock, rock, step, kick, step, turn that girl, step.
I would like to point out, are doing a right rock kick step. At this point, you really have to have the knee bend and the weight forward. If you are standing up, getting through this move is going to be virtually impossible. And if you have a lot of trouble with it, that's what you're doing. You're standing up too tall. So you have to get down, rock step, double kick, and then hop down onto that left foot, which hopefully the guy will help you by bringing you forward. But if you don't keep the weight down and forward, you're not going to be able to go all the way around.
Let's go all the way around.